Hello, this is Lindsay Boggs, and this is Milestone 3 for the Bane of Boreas. The Bane of Boreas campaign. This is the Northern Mountain Pass, which is level 2. Okay, so, the premise of this campaign is the player has now left their village. They are on their way to defeat Boreas in the temple, but to get there, they have to get through this mountain pass, through all of these obstacles, and, get to the temple. So, what they're going to do is come here and talk to this old man. He's going to unlock this gate for us. We cross the bridge. We find this kind of a side quest giver, but it is the key to like the treasure box that's at the end of most of the Fight the Dragon adventures. So once you encounter this guy, he'll spawn a book, and then that will activate a trigger to spawn invisible NPCs, which in turn will collapse these walls. So it is very like chain reaction like. Anyway, this book gives you a little puzzle and tells you that there's 3 different secrets that you have to find. So there's one over here, one here, and one on the side of this canyon area. So these different this scrolls in very slowly. Switches are what they are, and I've just hidden them behind some destructible walls. So if you just like shrink that down, you'll see that they're right there. So that's just kind of how they're. I'm not sure if that's exactly how I had it. Whatever. Goodness gracious. Close enough. I'll fix it later. Anyway. That's the way that those operate. And so the sparkles are there to kind of draw the player's eye, especially if they're off at a distance, because the shadows that are inherently in these levels can be a little bit difficult to design around when you want to draw the player's attention to one specific spot. So these particles are really useful for that. Let's see. The next point is that we have our recurring day-night cycle. It's not as big as in the last level. It exposes one more additional side quest called Spirits in the Mist. I don't know why. There we go. So when it is nighttime, these undead soldiers that have been like encased in the ice will come back to life because they're disgruntled with all of the human sacrifice cultist ritual activity that's been going on. So they've risen the dead, opened the dead, whatever. And you need to like reenact their deaths in order for them to return to the grave, and then one of them thanks you at the end, and he opens up this secret pathway, which the player cannot see, hence this blocker, or pass through because this wall is so tall. And you get some additional loot and potions. So there's lots of different secrets for the player to find. Really, they'll get out of this level what they look for, because there's really something around every corner. So we have, let's see, I said the switches secrets. This is a side quest. Okay, we'll go in order of the map. So these 2 NPCs are not visible on start. This guy is. He says, my friend has been captured and they're going to kill him, and go save him, that'd be nice. Then he also warns you about the enemies at night. And so you come up to these watchtowers, which are completely optional, keeping in mind that the main objective is simply to get to this spire over here, so you can completely bypass that just by running through. But if you would like to go save his friend, there's 2 floors each, plus a basement, and the rooftops for each of these watchtowers. Little stout looking things. Anyway, so you come through here. These 4 enemies, my goodness gracious. Okay. This guy patrols around the bridge supports. She patrols around the bridge supports. He patrols this tower, and she patrols this tower. You can enter through either door, doesn't matter because they're connected at the top and the bottom. So you come into level 1, enter through the door. We have like this living room-esque kind of area with like a fireplace and some tables and cushions and all kinds of good stuff. Got a couple of enemies in there. And then you can climb up the ladder, come on over here to level 2, where the human sacrifice room, I guess, is being held. And so like there's this altar with a dead person that's already been sacrificed. Some blood spatter on the ground. There's our friend that we're trying to rescue, somebody else who wasn't so fortunate, and enemies. When you kill the main enemy, she'll drop a silver key, which unlocks that gate. In turn, you speak with this gentleman, and he says, "Oh wow, thank you for saving my life." And he will give you this key, which goes to the basement. As soon as you exit one of these two teleporters, he will be gone. Well, he will be gone, and he will reappear over here. And this gentleman will also be gone, and he'll be standing next to his friend. So they just kind of update their status there. And, say thanks. There's really not a whole big prize after that, because the prize is the key that he gave you to begin with, so that you don't have to go backtrack if you wouldn't like to. So anyway, now we have that key, and then we can go up this ladder, because keep in mind we're climbing upwards. And that ladder leads us back to this area, which is the rooftops. We can climb across, fight through. Also, if you push these people off the ledges, they can shoot at you if they have range, but otherwise it's just kind of a nice way to like get rid of some enemies really quickly too. Anyway, you enter through the first floor, so we have a door here and kind of like this interesting little prayer area, statue, seating, reading room, whatever you want to call it. Each of these books, by the way, has information about the upcoming level, so if you were to click on them and read them, it's pretty creepy stuff about like the maze and the Minotaur and all of this cult stuff. So that's some foreshadowing, and once again, if the player chooses to explore narratively, that's something that they get out of it. And then second floor, this is where everybody sleeps, and we have some fireplaces, 2 fireplaces, because it's really cold out in mountains. Some belongings and snacks, because it's important, and books and good stuff. Also some like chests, some potions in there. And then once again, the ladder will bring you back to this roof. So, oh wait, I'm sorry, we just came from the roof. No, we didn't. I jumped down. Okay, roof, second floor, first floor, exterior of first floor. When you enter the first floor, there's also this little downwards area right there. And as you can see, the first floor of the other tower also has this downstairs area, which brings you to the basement. There's not a whole lot going on down here, primarily because I only have 3 resources left, but still have some interesting gameplay going on. So you have the golden key that you got from the side quest that you chose to do by actually, you don't even have to choose to do it. I mean, like, you do. You don't have to talk to the man by the fire pit by the day-night cycle. You can just like enter the tower and save the guy, and it's all fine. Either way, you get the golden key from him, come in here, and you get some loot. If you are observant, there is a secret, kind of like a Scooby-Doo passageway stuff going on here, where you have your familiar sparkly thingies, your particle effects, and you come over here, there's an invisible NPC, so you can like interact with this sliding bookcase, and then it slides over. This NPC toggle, so like these are not active at the same time. They will activate like a toggle. Anyway, then this one's here, and then you can slide it back, and it's just an extra loot chest. And then you go back up the stairs, and you're back at the other tower. And this, by the way, is exactly the same length as is what's in between the towers, because I copied it and then worked with it in its proper proportions. So, in case anybody is interested in map proportions, it's realistic stuff. And then we come to our next challenge. This is a switches puzzle. There's a lot of like red herring switches in here, so you have to interact with things. When you walk in, the gates here are all locked, and the first statue that you like logically encounter is this guy, and he's like, oh, go talk to, you know, some very cryptic message, meaning this one. And so you go over here and talk to him, and they send you on this wild goose chase, as you can see by all of these strings, that eventually end up opening our gate up here. So you talk to him, and then you come down and then you go up and talk to him, and then you talk to him. This one's optional, kind of. And then you can come up here and talk to him, and then you come talk to this dragon, and then all of the doors are open and you can come through. And then we're not done yet. And in the midst of all of that, you need to hit this secret spot over here with the particles, because that is what gets us into our treasure room over here. So, keeping in mind that the player won't be seeing it from this angle, they're going to be like way down low, and there's going to be shadows everywhere, so we'll play through it. Anyway, should you collect these three strings, well, these three switches, toggle them in the position they're supposed to be in, you will come in here, and there's two invisible NPCs, one if you've done everything correctly and one if you haven't. They're a little bit hard to see, and honestly, okay, there it is. I can see it. Looks like a ghost, but it's there. Okay. If it was not correct, then you would come up here, say the password, nothing would happen. But if it was correct, you'd come up here and say the password, and it would open. But like the bookcase, only one of those is active at a time. This trigger box is a one-time fire, which will be like, oh, I think this is the treasure room that I read about in the book at the beginning of the level. Refresher. And then that notification never comes up again, because it's pretty obvious what that is. And then they get treasure over there. Come over here. This was fun. First of all, there's a secret chest right there if you were to like knock down that wall. Secondly, this area changes as the player progresses. So they have no option but to climb up this direction at first, and they enter this trigger box, and all of these yellow boxes drop away. Underneath here, you can't see it, which is intentional, but there's a hole right there. So when these fall away, you'll be able to get a chest, which looks like it was hidden in the ice this whole time. And so you can go down there and get the chest, and then you come up here and you continue your way. Once again, you're pushed into this area because these things here are too tall to climb. You enter this trigger box, and then all of these break away. And then you jump around, and there's like this ice bridge here that's pretty cool. And then you come up here, and you can complete the level if you so choose. The premise is that you would be entering the temple through one of these windows, because this is locked from the inside. They kind of knew that you were coming. This is all in shadow, but the reason there's chests up here is kind of like to give a head nod to the player if they decide to be like, I wonder if I can walk on top of the temple. Yes, you can, and thank you for like questioning that. So here are some extra loot and potions and stuff. So I think that was an example actually from one of the extra credits videos we watched, where the example they gave was the player climbs the top of a mountain and there's nothing special up there. There should always be something special. So there's the something special. Several something specials. Am I missing anything? I don't believe so. Alright, let's go ahead and play through the level. I hope I didn't mess anything up while I was clicking. But we shall find out. Let's see here. Some volume going. Okay. So we come up here, we talk to the old man. He says, "Hold on there, friend. I just locked that gate, and trust me, you don't want to go that way. Followers of Boreas are looking to fight with anybody, and there's talk of the undead roaming the mountain from their rituals. Besides, the snow is fresh and unstable. The ruins are old and unstable. Everything is falling apart. Well, if there's no persuading you otherwise, I'll unlock the gate. There's some potions in that chest over there. You better take some before you go. Good luck and Helios' blessings to you." This gentleman will come back in level 5. Like, he's on the way to our village, so everything kind of like connects back to where it was. We have a sign here. The northern mountain pass, danger, loose snow and falling rocks, and we cross our mountain bridge. Whoa, I guess the old man was right. I better be careful. Yes, you should. Checkpoint. Investigate this mysterious scene. Poor man, his cart is broken and he appears to have frozen to death. What's in his pocket? A book. And then this book spawns. Read the book. To find the treasure of Boreas, you first must pay a price. You must find 3 hidden secrets buried in the ice. Then speak the words Boreas' blessings as you stand before the wall. Praise be to Boreas, the devourer of us all. As always, creepy. Okay, and so we have a split path here. We can go this way, or that way. We'll go ahead and go this way, talk to our NPC, who says, "Praise Helios, you're not one of those creeps. They captured my friend and they're going to offer him as a sacrifice to Boreas. You have to save him. He's in one of those watchtowers. You should take care around here at night. The dead soldiers from ancient battles on this mountain come back to life when the sun goes down." Hint, hint. You know, right here. Okay. It must have something to do with those rituals they do, bloody heathens. Please don't let them kill my friend. Okay. So here we go. Okay, we'll go this way first. We have more enemies. Okay. I have a couple of potions and things. The other reason that these chests are placed here is because at night, this is the battle arena, as I'd shown you before, for the undead. And then we are at pretty low health. We can go stand on this checkpoint and be healed. So we can go up and around that way. It's one big loop, as you saw, but we're going to, we're going to go this way, as if we had chosen this path before. Here's one of our first secrets, which has the cracks all over the wall here and the particles. And I'm going to do that. Alright. Yes, and we can climb through here actually. That was one of the things I would have liked to have done, was to put more chests and things up here. But it was unbalancing my level because there is like an internal numbers thing that tells you how you're doing balance-wise. And then over here as well was the other secret. Switch. If we are very discreet, we can watch our people do their patrols. I saw that girl go by. I believe he comes around the other way, so we may be able to sneak up on him and get a good look at what's going on. Oh, we alerted him, but yeah, he was on patrol. Also, if we break their line of sight and run away far enough, they will just resume patrol. Unlike some of the other ones that will follow you. Okay. We will go rescue the friend, like we said we would. So here we are. Okay. Get a good look at the inside of our first floor. Also, the I have different carpets in each of the towers. So this tower has like this checker pattern, and the opposite tower has a different pattern on it. We can go ahead. What was that? Use ladder. Oh, okay, that's just way out there. Maybe I didn't get that book. Okay, I have one empty book. Okay. So we have the key here. Here's our friend who's locked in a cell. Some potions here. Go ahead and grab that key. Okay, so here we go. Read the book. Boreas will come again on the winds of winter. He will take up refuge in the Minotaur's maze. The blessings of Boreas are many to those who demonstrate true faith, which doesn't look like something you'd like to do. And then you talk to this guy, and he says, "Thank Helios you found me. I thought I was Boreas bait for sure. It's not much of a reward, but here's a key I found. I think someone must have dropped it." Okay, so we can get this key. And now, whether we go up or we go down and then come back, he will be gone. He's gonna go rejoin his buddy, so if we just go back the way we came for a quick second. I also wanted to check on this book. Okay, I guess I do need to add some text to the... Okay. We come back and he is miraculously free. Which is good for him, clearly. Come to the top, and we have archers that we could see from the ground, so we knew we were there. Go ahead and cross the bridge. Hey! I didn't know I got to keep experience points in my own levels. Well, that's cool. I'm glad I got that on video. Okay. Her. And then there's one more person over here. Very good, very good. Let's go ahead and go back really quick. Oops. Pay no attention to the man over there. Okay, here's our friends. Not you. Okay, whatever. You saw him. 1,000 blessings for saving my friend. And this guy says, thank you for saving me. Did that key help you at all? Alright. This is gonna look a little bit wonky because I realize I need some more code strings, but that's okay. I'm just gonna go to nighttime really quick so that we can get our other thing checked off the list before we go through. Okay, so this lady is not there during the daytime. Well, she's not there during the first day. Once these guys spawn, they're there for good because that's the way that Fight the Dragon works. You can't spawn or despawn. You can't despawn enemies, I should say. You can spawn them. You can't unspawn them. Which means if I were like to go back, for example, and switch the day around, my enemies are still roaming, even though per my story, it's a nighttime thing. It's a level editor thing. So that's why she's there during the day as well. We can talk to her, and she's actually nice, even though she's supposed to be one of our enemies. She goes, well, don't hurt me. I just want to warn you. I think our rituals have disturbed the souls who perished on this mountain. Be careful going forward. These are dark and dangerous spirits. Maybe if you repeat their deaths, they will rest peacefully again. So, woohoo! It is wise to get rid of the necromancer first. Oops. And I died. Because he spawns more skeletons. Unless you're looking to like increase your loot, then let him do his thing. Also, wait, don't kill him. Okay, there's mist and stuff here that's not here during the day, and it's not here once all the enemies are defeated. So just note that there's fog and what it does. I have 3 different zombies that spawn in, when they're at different healths. So there's an easy zombie, and when it gets to 50% health, it spawns in a normal zombie. When that gets to 50% health, it spawns in the difficult zombie. So they are staggered because, as you just watched him like fall and then stand up 3 times, between 1 and 3 times, they're really like 2 to 3 enemies in one. So anyway, here's our friend, the zombie, and before I speak with him, I'd like to make a point that this, I mean, I suppose you can kind of see it, but you can't climb over there and get stuff that you don't deserve. He needs to open it up for you. And we can go talk with him. He says, thank you. Now reminded of our sufferings in life, we will eagerly return to our eternal rest. Please, as a token of our thanks, allow us to open a pathway to you as you have opened a pathway to us. Take care, adventurer, and good luck. So now we have our extra loot. You're getting more quality loot now, which is pretty cool. Alright. Oh, Let's just check. Okay. We're good. That's the only things that are triggered for the day and night, so we can put this back to daytime if we so choose. Now what I didn't do was show you the basement. So if we come in here, remember we got our gold key from the gentleman in the cellar, or in the cell, in the prison cell that we saved. He gave us a gold key that he found. He thinks somebody dropped it. And so when we go down the steps, and remember this hallway links the two towers. This is all underground. Oh! How did I miss you guys? Okay. Well. Anyway, a book, and then I'll go back downstairs. The Minotaur will protect the god of the north wind. Those who would submit themselves in servitude to guard the Minotaur's maze will be blessed beyond measure. And the maze will be protected within the temple. Within the maze, Boreas himself will reside. Only the most faithful of the faithful will be permitted entry. I'll run upstairs quick. There's no enemies in this room. It's just good stuff. A little bit of set design, bunk beds, like I said before, snacks, fireplace because it's cold outside. And then of course if I were to go up, then I am back at the top, which I was over here. That's what it was. I ran a little across and then I jumped down. Anyway, we have to go use our key in the basement, underground. There we go. So, just kind of another place to eat. And then we have our secret sparkles over here to tell us about stuff. But first the gold key goes to this, which if they were to have explored downstairs first instead of upstairs, they would have seen a gold insignia above that saying you need a golden key. Alright. And now for our secret. Investigate. This book looks even more suspicious than the others. Whoa. Very cool. Come in here. Get this. Come back out. That first invisible investigate thing is off, and this one is on, so we can investigate this side, which says, let's just slide this back over. If we wanted to, we could just do that. And we'll go back up the stairs this way. And back outside. Also worth noting is that the basement uses stairs and steps. First and second floors use only ladders with a trapdoor on the roof, and this is the only door to have anything going to ground level. So that's where we're at with that. Other design notes, the ice texture is only like around the edges of things. Partially had to do with the way that the paint limitations are set up, and then also the colder things are, the icier they should be, and ice tends to hang around the edge of things. So, worth paying attention to. Okay, the chessboard canyon. Everything is locked. We can talk to this guy, who says the Dark Warlock holds the Sword of War as well as the first clue. I know where that is, but since I'm going to pretend like I don't, keep jumping. And this gate is locked. So, Dark Warlock. Pull the lever, crunk. Wrong lever. Okay. There's our final switch. Okay. So, read again. The Dark Warlock holds the Sword of War as well as the first clue. So anytime that anything refers to like dark or light, it's referring to these stones, because it's chessboard, so we have white and we have black. Sword of War. In artwork, if a sword is held upwards, like this, it is a time of war. So even if you go back and look at paintings and stuff, like Germania, it's very interesting. That is a wartime thing. And then if the sword is pointed down, which it is on some of these statues, just apparently not on my accessible ones at the moment. I will find one, however. It means a time of peace. So, the player would either acquire or learn some external knowledge doing this, hopefully, maybe. Anyway, investigate. And he says, with my right hand I smite the summer rays in the name of Boreas the Devourer. A king looks his master in the eye. None above him but his chosen winter god. Consult the king in the north. So we have a couple of different clues for them. Like I said, black and white, light and dark, shadows, etc., is the platforms that they're on. He says, with my right hand. So his right would be this switch, and whenever it is correct, it will play a sound for feedback to the player. If they're being... Oops, goodness. Watching, I just watched that slide up there. But now we have to go north, and so Boreas is the god of the north wind. We're progressing this direction. This is north, south, west, and east, which is the other form of clue that the player gets. And this is the only gate that's open right now, so... Ooh, I almost fell down. Okay. King in the north. This is the king. Okay, the sword right here, like that would be peacetime. Anyway, we can talk to him. The sun rises in the east and sets in the west. Let it set, let it set. Seek out my twin, the king in the south, for further guidance. So, let the sun set in the west, west, east. So, let the sun set in the west. Goodness gracious. There we go. And that is the correct thing to do. We can come down here, talk to his twin. So another statue looks just like he does. In the south, which this is the only one in this area. Colonel Sanders, okay. My brother talks of sunsets, but I say let it rise. I love to see the snow glitter in the morning sun, which is interesting because Helios is like the god of the sun and they're fighting right now. So he says, blasphemy, no. The fire of the morning sun will not conquer winter. And then he says, ask the winged cat in the far east how close he came to the sun. Mild allusions to what? Oops, I need to pull a lever. Icarus, I believe it was. Icarus? Yeah, Icarus. Anyway, sun sets, so rises in the east. Blah. Sets in the west, so rises, sunrise. This one. Oh my goodness. Okay. Very good. And then the winged cat, like he said. This one's a little bit more obscure. Talk to the cat. Investigate. I know nothing of the gods. I am only what I am. They say angels rest on the right shoulder, while demons linger on the left. What say you? Am I an angel or a demon? State your choice in the mechanism. Seek the beggar on the dark stone if you are unsure. So here's the beggar who's got like this bowl. So you have to decide if he's an angel or a demon. And you're going off of his shoulders. So this is his right and his left. Same as like with the other statues, we're going off of what their position is. And since we can't be subjective, we will go talk to the beggar. He says, that damn cat just stares at me all day. Damn him, I hate that cat. Hint, damn him, so he's a demon. Okay. Seek the temple. You must go forth. Consult the spearman in the far north. Okay, so first, his left, which you can talk to him again if you need to. So we go like this, and honestly, if you were that curious, you could just pull the switches until you heard that sound, and you'd be golden. So spearman in the north. You can kind of get a look at these statues now that we've chased the shadows away. Alright. Here's our spearman. And he says to us, I am but a simple soldier. I am strong but not complex. Seek the dark dragon in the southwest. He will tell you what to do next. And then some red herring switches that do absolutely nothing, and they don't mess you up. Because that would have been, almost fell, too many code possibilities. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna die. Anyway, the dragon. The dragon says, Dragons do not lose sleep on the opinions of the sheep. The east and west are one, the earth is round. Turn both these levers down. If you've completed their goose chase, then be on your way. If you tried to take shortcuts, that's your dismay. So in other words, if you just started pulling on levers, you are not gonna be the most successful creature. Okay. Okay, there we go. This is open. We have our checkpoint. We are here, and the door is locked. So we can go over here. It says Temple of Boreas, God of Winter and the North Wind. I wanted to put keep out on that, but I didn't think that'd be very logical. So we have our trigger box. It says this could be the place of secret treasure that the book talked about. Did I activate all of the switches? So just kind of like reiteration. And then if we investigate just the one NPC that's there, as you can see, there's no underlying icons. It says, you speak the password, Boreas' blessings. What's happening? This is our secret treasure room that they had to switch 3 things to get to. Which is pretty cool. There's our treasure chest. Alright. And then we have one more fun thing, just because breaking down walls is fun. Pull that lever and there we go. Okay. So now for the next fun bit. We come on over here. First of all, we have this secret for another chest. And then we have no possible way to do anything else except climb the way that you are directed to climb, which is right here. And so you climb, and that happens. And then it exposes this chest down here and this cool ice bridge. And so you grab it. And then once again, you can only go this way. And then just to prove a point. So, go this way. That collapses. And there's actually another chest down there. Okay. And now we have this cool bridge. And we have our victory point right here to exit the adventure. We could climb up here and grab these little extras if we wanted to. And then if the player realizes that they can indeed come up here, there's just some extra chests. One more. All right. And that is it for the Bane of Boreas Milestone 3, the Northern Mountain Pass. Thank you very much for watching.